Hey, look out, Teddy. Ow! Good grief. We found him. We found our sleeping beauty. Oh, my bollocks just took a big beating. Excuse me, but are you a vandal?
The Mid-Sodor Railway was a narrow-gauge railway on the island of Sodor. Opened in 1880, it weaved through the countryside and mountains of Arlesdale. It closed in 1947, but its legacy lived on.
Good tidings, fine engine.
This is your ghost, Toby. His name's really Bertram, but we call him the Old Warrior because he's so brave. He was in that mine shaft over there, but I brought him out earlier this evening. Sorry about the confusion.
How did you end up here?
The engines were all excited. A large book was to be written about the engines of Sodor by some railway enthusiasts, and everyone wanted to be in it.
You know what? I bet you I'll have the longest biography. I've had so many interesting adventures in my life. It's quite a lot.
Rubbish! I've had a larger impact on this railway than any of you. Yeah, like how many times you gotten stuck in tunnels. At least I still have my original funnel, unlike Frankenfunnel over here.
Which was lost on your behalf, Sir Handel. Thank you so much. I appreciate it,
Enough! You've been squabbling ever since this was announced. Besides, none of you have the honour of being the namesake of this railway like me.
Now this is how you take a photograph, boys. Oh boy, your ego is really shining through. Did you tell them about the time you got stuck on a hill? Ha!
The narrow-gauge enthusiasts first went to the Culdee Fell Railway.
I don't see the point in all this. Why are we being exploited? You'd think Patrick of all engines would be pleased to have his photo in a book, wouldn't you, Eric? Quite so, Ernest, being the hot-aired one. That was a splendid ride, Culdee.
My pleasure, sir. Is there anything else you'd like to know about our railway?
Well, I guess there is one thing I'm still curious about. I don't recall seeing a number 1 engine here. Am I forgetting some history?
Oh, you mean Godred. He was our number 1, but he,
Oh, wait a minute. Of course. I completely forgot. Was he the one who had the accident on opening day?
Yes, that was him. Stupid Godred.
Stupid me for forgetting. Is it true that he was cannibalized to repair you all, and that's the reason he disappeared, because all his parts were taken out? Yeah, technically that's somewhat true. The reality is, he was in such disrepair that, there just really wasn't much we could do with him. Yes, a few parts were used to mend us, but in the end, he was just scrapped. I mean, he was pretty damaged beyond repair.
Look out! You never learn, do you, Sir Handel?
Wasn't my fault. These trucks were being careless.
Or perhaps the true culprit, hiding in plain sight, was the engine pushing the trucks.
Oh, shut up.
No, he's very valid. I mean, you came in really rough.
Oh, big deal. Sue me.
That might actually happen if a passenger breaks a bone in their body, per se. You know, I mean, we're at stake here. We're at risk.
Ooh, and the Thin Controller will use me as a generator behind the shed. I've heard this scary talk before.
A generator? Who even gave you that idea?
Well, Duke, of course. Remember that engine on our old railway who was turned into a generator for being a cock-up? I forgot what his name was.
Oh, you mean, I don't remember his name either. He was green, wasn't he? Kind of like me. Something like Splasher, I think. Yeah, I think... nah.
You know, I don't even remember what happened to him. Was he there when the line closed? That's one mid-Sodor engine we haven't got info on. We'll have to ask around.
Hello there, fine engine. And who might you be?
I'm Neil. Have we met before?
I'm Bertram, and you know what? I do believe we have met. Back in 1941, on the 13th of September.
How the hell do you remember that?
It was not long before the Mid-Sodor Railway closed. You came to Arlesborough Station one day, and I remember because you were a very unique-looking engine.
Yes, I did. You have an unusually comprehensible memory, Barty?
Bertram! It's Bertram, my dear fellow. Anyway, I better be off. Nice meeting you again, Neil. The Sodor and Mainland Railway's number 2.
Uniqueness or awkwardness? I can't decide. I find it so odd that he can remember how many blocks of coal he took on a specific day, yet he doesn't remember how he got to this railway. Well, that's Bertram for you. A very good and brave fellow, but, yeah, definitely not all there in the head. The next day, the historians came to the Skarloey Railway. They got a chance to interview every engine. You know, you and Duke have quite a lot in common, having been left abandoned. You were at least left outside.
Well, technically, I was just at the edge of a mine shaft before I was moved out by the signalman. But that means I was exposed to the elements! Duke was sealed and protected in his shed, while I had no door and had to brave the wind and rain!
Apparently, the tram engine who found you thought you were a ghost at first.
A lot of people did. The only person who really knew about me was the signalman.
My name is actually supposed to be a reference to my builders, Ruston and Hornsby, not my orange colour. That's just a coincidence.
My name's Mighty. I guess you could say I'm the leader, or the front of the engine.
Excuse me, just because your name is first doesn't make you the front. Plus, I'm the one with the actual given name. You're just an adjective.
Yeah, but I was built first.
No, you weren't. Our boiler is one object. You just had the funnel put on first. Besides, when are you going to turn around so I can have my picture? Don't worry, there's no need for that. I have a solution to have you both in the picture. What? Just kidding. We'll do both of you.
I was originally named Stuart, after my builder, Kerr Stuart Wren. I changed it when I came here because, I wasn't really a big fan of that name anyway.
Not as official as Sir.
I was actually on both railways. I spent a while at the Mid-Sodor Railway before going back to Wales. I was then loaned to the Skarloey Railway while Skarloey and Reneus were being mended. Finally, I was brought back to live here permanently. I've spent over 30 years working in that factory.
So I've heard. The others reckon that's where you've got your strong language from. Well, you would too if you had to work in that pile of shit. I tried to keep busy in that shed, as much as an engine can do in that situation.
That included sleeping or talking to myself.
I felt like no time had passed by the time I was rescued. Indeed. We have a question for you. Do you remember a locomotive called Smudger? Smudger, that was it. Oh, yes. I remember that little green devil. He was turned into a generator, wasn't it, for misbehaving, wasn't he?
Yes, after he caused too many accidents. I know it sounds harsh, but trust me, if you knew Smudger, you would say that was too light of a punishment.
We were just curious as to what happened to him when the railway closed. He was still a generator, right? Did they not find him when they found you?
No. In fact, he actually wasn't there when the railway closed. He left a long time before that. Well, actually, he left the shed at least. He was moved somewhere around, I want to say in 1926 or 1927, but where he was moved to, we don't know. I believe it was somewhere else along the railway, like a quarry or station. One of the engines said he saw him being moved down the line, but wherever he ended up, it was out of view of the railway. What happened later on? Who knows? I'd say he's either buried somewhere or scrapped.
Interesting. We're actually riding the Arlesdale Railway in a few days. Might be worth looking around the old Mid-Sodor.
If you see his rusted remains, then let me know. That would give me some peace of mind.
Well, what if it turned out that I was Smudger repainted? I remember you saying he looked exactly like Dolgoch.
When I first met you, I'll admit I did get a split second of terror. But he's not the only Mid-Sodor engine whose fate was left in the air. You should look into the history of engines like Jim.
Peter Sam told us about Jim. We think he was sold off after that aluminum works was closed. But anyway, thank you for your story, Duke.
Good luck, Mr. Brackley.
Alright, here are your extra trucks.
Ah, thank you, my dear engine. Did they treat you well today?
What do you think?
Why, my dear Sir Handel, those trucks need kindness. They could have grown up without a parental figure
poor guy.
on the streets, and then they'd have no choice but to embark on a life of crime. Oh, but sir, why does it have to be Rex? Why can't I take the Railway Society?
Given what happened the other day, I don't think it would be a good idea. You may have developed a negative reputation after that incident with the watermill last week.
Oh, give me a break! It was those blasted coaches' fault! They pushed me! Oh my god, the nerve of some people! They're all jealous. I'm hot, they're not. They just need to deal with it. Tweet it, folks. Hashtag Molten Mike.
Molten Mike? I don't get it.
We'll be waiting to welcome them to our railway. If you two keep doing that, they'll be creeped out by your simultaneous dialogue. That's what makes us unique.
Alright, up we go.
Wait, driver, sorry, just a sec. I need you urgently.
Boy, let's have some fun with Mr. Loudmouth and take him for a ride.
Someone might want to check if...
Wait! I'm still coupled! Help!
Oh dear.
What? Stop that incline!
Mayday! Mayday! Exploratory expletives!
If it couldn't hold Duncan's weight, there's no way it will...
Help! Help! Help!
Driving! What's wrong, goddammit? I'm catching more of his absolute bullshit!
That's the stupidest bullshit I've ever heard.
Shit!
He's awake! Good God, you alright? You had quite a smash.
What happened?
For some reason, the incline started moving while you were still attached. They gave the okay. No, I didn't. I was with the manager. I can attest to that, but never mind the blame. It's a damn good thing no one was hurt. Or, at least no humans. Your funnel doesn't look wobbly, though, unlike Peter Sam.
Excuse me, my funnel feels fine. It's mainly just my head, Falcon.
Falcon? I've not... Oh, I think he needs to get checked out. The bridge is okay for now, but it will depend on how much rain we get. What's a little rain gonna do? Wash it away when it's that high? It's not just a little rain. My driver says the reports are getting worse. We're headed for a big storm this evening and lots of flooding.
It's the rocks and soil we need to worry about. If it gets too loose or there's a landslide, that bridge will be in trouble. I think we should close it as a precaution and then survey the damage after the storm. I'll have Freddy take some men to put up a sign tonight.
When was the bridge last repaired?
The last major upgrade was well before I was born, let alone you two being built. I think it was in the 30s, if I'm correct. Hello. How is Bertram after that accident? Yeah, he seems to be alright. He hit his head quite hard, though. He actually called me Falcon.
Yeah, it's unusual for him to have accidents. He's usually the one that saves engines from accidents.
Speaking of accidents, we actually overheard you talking to the Railway Society about that engine, Smudger.
Oh, yes. I still remember your reactions when I told you the story. It sure did straighten you two out. It's been so long since I've heard the story, I don't really remember much about it. You're not talking about the Cul de Fel engine who fell off the mountain, are you? No, that was Godred. Although Smudger also kind of fell off a mountain too.